Let's play a little game. I printed both of these at the same time. One of these got printed on the Kobra 3. One of them got printed on the A1 Mini. Which one was done by which machine? Let me know in the comments which one was done by which machine. Here we go. Let's get to talking about the ANYCUBIC Kobra 3 again. Now, about 3 months ago, I did a video about everything I didn't like about the Kobra 3, and quite a bit's changed since then. I was in contact with ANYCUBIC's customer support, and they are just amazing. They are spot on and super helpful. They've got the best customer support of any company that I've worked with, and that's kind of saying a lot. So, if nothing else, I recommend them just because of the customer support. That being said, there's still some things that I dislike about the machine and things that I do like about the machine. Now, first and foremost, it does go faster than the Bamboo. Whether that's the A1 Mini, A1, or the P1S, it will go faster than them. That being said, that's provided that everything works correctly during the print. I've found that there are a lot of issues with the ACE unit right here during color changes, especially if you have any kind of exotic filament in there, you'll kind of end up with a lot of issues. And I came across kind of an ironic issue. With the ACE unit, it doesn't do very well with cardboard spools. Now, the filament that I got with this machine, the Pantone colors, came with cardboard spools. That caused quite a few issues, especially for the filament going in slot 3 right here. It keeps out and causing an engine overload error, and it just stops your print. So if you're not constantly staying on top of that, your print could take up to a week for a day-and-a-half long print. Ask me how I know that timeline. Yeah, so a lot of the issues that I had in the previous video were a faulty machine, basically. They sent me out a brand new unit, and it has, for the most part, worked perfectly fine. So that kind of took away a lot of the issues that I had previously. Now, having said that, I need to address a couple things that still haven't been corrected yet. Now, there has been an update to the software. There's a couple updates since the last video that I made. First off, there's an Orca-based slicer that runs much better and gives you more options as far as what you're able to do. Lets you flush filament, all that good stuff. However, for Mac, it's still just the beta program. And the Windows version came out a couple weeks ago. And from what I've heard, that fixes so many of the issues that we have. We still haven't gotten that update for Mac. At least I looked today in the app itself. I haven't gone to the website to see if they've put a new update out. They very well could have. I haven't checked that, but as far as in the program, it still says that I have the most current update in progress. But this guy here is one of the prints that I did. He's missing an arm because the purge tower got knocked over on this unit again. And I found that the purge tower is the most consistent issue that keeps getting knocked over, and that gives these little issues right here because the purge tower keeps messing up. The rest of it, printed pretty much fine. This I printed on the P1S, and you can see we've got some stringing, so I'm not saying that the bamboo is a perfect unit, but for the most part, they came out pretty comparable. So, will the Kobra 3 get the job done? Absolutely. I did state in the previous video that I feel like this is more of a tinkerer's machine, and I still stand by that statement. Now, ANYCUBIC will help you out with any issues that you have, and they did go through a lot of growing pains in the first couple months. So I don't want to sugarcoat over all that. There were some horror stories out there, but for the most part, this thing runs great, especially single color. And we've got the multicolor unit down here, which doubles as a filament dryer. And I love that feature of it. So if you get the combo, it's under $400 right now, and that gets you a pretty quick unit that does multicolor prints with a filament dryer built into it. And that's pretty solid. Now, I did get the camera upgrade for it as well, and I don't fully love how the time lapse works on it. I haven't really seen a great system for it, but that could also be that we haven't gotten the new software out yet. I haven't gotten to experience that at all. I want to see a nice clean time lapse, but the only option that I have is on the pad right here, and you can just hit time lapse, and it just gives you a very not clear image, and I don't care for how the time lapse looks. Half the time when I open up the app to see the live view on the camera, it's not working. So I don't know. I don't really know what to say to that. That should be a nice, cool feature with this thing, but it's just not. So hopefully there's a good upgrade to that they can, fix in the future. I also don't like the side view on it, but I mean, you can see I've got a setup right here, so I could do something else for that. That's neither here nor there. I'm rambling. Let's get back to what I do and don't like. Tinkerer's machine, we get nozzle clogs in this thing, so I've got to go through and do a cold pull, because you can see we've got some chunky areas here. This is all one piece. Now, it printed like this, and this is 0.2 layer height. So the fact that it printed like this and still, for the most part, is able to operate, without too many issues, I think that's still pretty solid. But if we look close at this guy, it's got some issues with it. There we go. So you can see we've got some chunks in there. Not too bad on this piece, but it's still there. It's a tinkerer's machine. And again, I'm not saying that bamboos are perfect. You do get nozzle clogs with bamboos as well, so you have to clean those out. I already can see the comments section telling me, that bamboos aren't the greatest thing since sliced bread. Cool. If you don't like bamboos, whatever. I like mine. They work great, but they do still have their issues. We've also got, I did a couple side-by-sides here. So I did these two snakes, and if you're just looking at them from a little bit of a distance, you really can't tell which one was done on the A1 Mini and which one was done on the Kobra 3. If you start looking a little bit closer, you can start seeing some imperfections, but you'll see imperfections in both of them. Both machines work pretty well, but they both have their own little idiosyncrasies. And I can definitely see in the Kobra 3 the things that it does that I don't like. I don't like these little seam lines that you get in here, because that's basically just a hole going through there. So you get these seams popping up in all of your prints. And again, I think that's just a slicer issue. So that really should be something that can easily be fixed. So I'd like to see that in an update. And now I printed both of these guys on my Kobra 3. And guess what? They turned out great. Both multicolors. I ran out of the blue filament at the very end. So I've got some funky little horn action, purple horns at the front. But these turned out awesome. So for a cheap machine, it'll get the job done. So this is from the Kobra 3. This I printed on my Infomec, which I love that machine. I don't talk about it a whole lot, but my Infomec TX is awesome for single color prints. And both of these printed great. So what did we learn here today? Kobra 3, decent. They've fixed a lot of the issues that they had. I know there was a heat creep issue. There was an issue with the tip, the silicone sock on it. That's all been corrected as far as I know. Uneven build plates, this and that, blah, blah, blah. As far as I know, all that's gotten worked out. So if you stick with plastic spools, you shouldn't have an issue with loading for the most part. Every now and then you'll get a kink in the tubes up here, so you just kind of have to work those out. And if you don't want to do the multicolor system and just run this as a single color printer, I don't think you're really ever going to have a problem with it. Where did we land on all of this? It's not my favorite machine that I have, but it runs great. I think that for the price point, you probably can't go wrong with it. And if you have any issues with it, just get in contact with ANYCUBIC. I don't think they're nearly as far behind now as they were when this thing launched. Like I said, it sounds like they've got most of the kinks worked out, and we've just got updates to the slicing software. So, yeah, it's got my seal of approval. Let's play a little game. One of these got printed on the Kobra 3. One of them got printed on the A1 Mini. Let me know in the comments which one was done by which machine. If you can't tell the difference between which one of these was done on a Bamboo and which one was done with a Kobra 3, and that helps you with your decision making, then hopefully I've done good here today. The Kobra 3 combo is currently on sale from the ANYCUBIC website. It is $379 with free shipping. Now, if you're looking to do single color, check out Amazon, because they've got that single color, no combo for $300. If you want the multicolor combo, go to the ANYCUBIC website, link for that down below. If you want the single color for $300 and get a nice fast single color machine, link for the Amazon down below. And if you have any questions about my experience with this machine compared to this machine, also let me know down in the comments. I will be doing my best to respond to your questions and comments. Let me know what your experience is if you've gotten one of these, if you've gotten one working, if you've gotten one not working, if you've had a positive or a negative experience with ANYCUBIC customer service. Or if you got one, didn't work, and you just sent it right back, let me know. I think that they've gotten the kinks worked out, and I think it's worth it. So check it out, guys. I recommend getting one, even if it didn't work out great the first time. Now, if you haven't seen the video that I did about what I did not like about this printer, I will put that right here for you. Kind of bash this printer quite a bit. Like I said, a lot's changed since then, and this new printer worked right out of the box, but check that out. And that'll tell you everything that I didn't like about it, and we can see how far we've come since then. All right. Thanks, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.